describe New Stack Ventures in one word, what would it be?
Gosh.
Wow. New Stack in one word. That's hard. I can't even describe myself in one word.
If I had to describe New Stack in one word, it would be innovative.
Yeah, I would say 100% value add. Another good word would be available.
In a word, surprising.
It would be charismatic.
I would say intelligence.
Bold.
They are hustlers.
Whenever we need their help, they're ready and they respond very quickly. And so speed and execution are really where Nick and his team are great.
So how did you find out about New Stack?
Just shortly after the founding of the company, we had been launched and off the ground, but we're really at a state where we needed to seek funding. And so I had been listening to the Full Ratchet podcast, Nick's podcast, slowly reached out to Nick over time, seeking some feedback and some pointers on things like our slide deck and stuff like that, and exchanged a bunch of conversations and eventually just earned each other's trust.
We were in Techstars, and so going back to our demo day, which was 2016. And so I came off stage, and Nick was the very first person he's a pretty tall guy. And so imagine like a sea of people that maybe like 6 inches shorter than him, and there's this like towering head that's like plowing through. He was like the very first person we chatted with right after our demo day, so that sticks in my head.
Why did you end up choosing to partner with New Stack?
I spoke with Nick for about 6 months before we did a deal together, and it was in that time that I realized, okay, this wasn't somebody who was just bringing money to the table, this was somebody who's bringing expertise, guidance. He was challenging our assumptions in a really positive way, didn't tell us what to do, but suggested, go research this, go find this data point, go find that. Collectively, all that input together really shaped Winston to be what it was.
Really, we chose him because when we talked to him, it was very clear he just wanted to win. And the team wanted to have that culture of winning, and that's something that we instill here at Fair Market. So it was a direct alignment from a mindset perspective.
We were on the fence as to whether we take money from New Stack or another investor, and Nick sent me this pretty long email basically pitching why we should take money from New Stack. We had already committed to taking money from this other individual, and we ended up telling that individual, hey, look, we're really sorry, but we're going to go in a different direction. It was largely because of that email and what I thought Nick was going to be able to build with New Stack, and this was 3 or 4 years ago, and I think a lot of that has come to fruition.
The things that surprised me mostly with working with the New Stack is their commitment to the process. Like, it's not like a one-time event, it's more like ongoing conversation and continuous communication through the emails, calls, screen shares.
Nick and his team had a very clear vision for New Stack's investment thesis at the intersection of physical and digital products. I was excited to work with an investor who had a very clear picture of what they wanted to invest in and seemed to have domain expertise that could help elevate my company.
A lesser known reason is I have a strict no a-hole policy, and Nick was in a small percentage of investors who are not a-holes.
In what specific way has New Stack improved your business?
The value New Stack has provided Fair Market has been across the board, whether it's introductions, helping us map out our Series A, introductions to recruiters and executive hires. They're a tremendous partner helping us get to the next level of growth.
Where they've been super helpful is helping to connect us and helping to expand our reach and our awareness beyond just the product we're building and into the greater world and talking to investors and customers and employees and other people like PR and media. So that's really where they've been super helpful.
He was out there surveying the land of all the investors investing in IoT products over the past 3 to 5 years, by phase, by stage, by region, who was investing most in Midwest versus coastals. That was just a lot of work that was taken from me that I would have spent weeks on, and he had it all ready for me. So as I started my fundraising process, I had 80% of my target list already supplied by Nick.
Nick really forced us to pressure test the value prop before we ever even launched, and that's incredibly important and hard work.
The biggest way that New Stack has improved my business is by organizing a AngelList syndicate in our very first professional investment round in 2016. This helped us fill roughly 25% of what we were looking to raise, and we could not have done that without Nick and his partner Jeff.
What advice would you give to a young founder doing their very first startup?
It's probably 10 times harder than you think it is. I thought it was going to be difficult coming into this. I wouldn't have done anything differently, but my expectations were way off.
The advice I'd give first-time founders would be that speed and momentum probably matter more than anything else. You don't have to always get the market right, you don't always have to get the product right, but what you do have to do is move quickly. If you can move quickly and you can stay alive long enough, you sort of can't lose.
I would advise any other first-time founders like myself to really do their diligence when they're pairing up with investors so early in the company. It's truly important to have investors who are going to be supportive by your side through tough times and through good times. You can count on Nick and his team to be there by your side, even if things get tough, which they inevitably will.
My piece of advice there is you can't ask for a better fund to work with than NewStack Ventures. If you're an early stage company, you want to work with Nick and the NewStack team without a doubt.
My advice would be beg, scratch, and claw to let Nick Moran in your round.